This is my latest project. It's a 1992 Honda Accord LX. It's automatic. It's got the 2.2 liter in here. What we're doing now is we're just seeing what we need to do to make this car run and purr like it's supposed to. One of the things we need to do is this valve cover gasket. It's leaking in a few different places, and since it was leaking back here by the distributor cap, it dripped down on that coolant, that heater hose, and the heater hose blew, so now it doesn't hold any antifreeze right now. They put a new lower radiator hose on it, thinking that was a problem, but it's a little deeper than that, so we'll get in there and take care of that. We already cleaned the battery. The posts on the battery were pretty corroded. This here terminal was very corroded. It wasn't even charging the battery correctly. We need to do some work to it to make it reliable. The transmission fluid is low. The power steering fluid is empty. And I think I see where it leaked coming from the lower reservoir hose. So we'll take care of that. Another thing we need to do is do a major tune-up on it. There's a plug that's already up. See if we can get a better view of it. See, that one's down, and that one's up. And then the other one's... The plug wire is not even plugged all the way in right. I haven't done any work to this car. I just brought it home yesterday. And we also have a heater blower motor that we need to install. And the reason we're doing that is because a new one came with the car, and we're going to go ahead and remove the old one and replace it with the new one that's in there on the floor. And we already did some research to see how we install that. This car is pretty clean. It's got $216,000 miles on it. The interior is pretty clean. Headliner's clean. The car itself is pretty clean. There's no big dents on it. The diffuser's still intact on the rear end. I'd like to clean up this trunk a little bit. It's just the clear coat's peeling off. But the glass is all good. This car is from California. California State University, Fresno, probably. That might be what that means. There's no rust on the quarter panels where they attach to the bumper cover like every other Honda that's in Colorado. The body is really straight. It's got new tires on it on the front. Tires are good on the back. The girl that I bought it from said that her dad replaced the CV joints on it and brakes. I'm glad I'm the one who picked it up because this car has another chance on life. I'm going to tune it up, make it run like brand new, and then whoever drives it after that, they can just drive it into the ground. It'll take a long time because I'm doing major work to it. The windshield's good, there's no cracks. The wipers are new. Power mirrors work, power windows work. This is my 6th Accord I've had. I've had 2 second generation Accords, 2 4th generation Accords, 1 5th generation Accord, and this is my first 3rd generation Accord. So I'm very familiar on what's going on under the hood to make these things run. I'm doing the tune-up for this car. So this is probably an aftermarket hood or a replacement hood. I like the specs under the hood because I know what the car is supposed to be tuned at. But this one will turn out pretty nice when I'm done. I won't have it very long. That right there is not lined up too well. We'll take care of that when we get the air box out of there to do the tune-up on it. But actually, this is a pretty nice car. It's not holding antifreeze right now. There's a blown heater hose. You can tell she scuffed a curb before with the front tires. But all in all, this car is very straight. And instead of it going to somebody who will drive it until it dies totally, I'm glad I'm the one who picked it up, because this car has another chance on life. I'm going to tune it up, make it run like brand new, and then whoever drives it after that, they can just drive it into the ground. It'll take a long time because I'm doing major work to it. The windshield's good and there's no cracks. The wipers are new. Power mirrors work, power windows work. This is my 6th Accord I've had. I've had 2 second generation Accords, 2 4th generation Accords, 1 5th generation Accord, and this is my first 3rd generation Accord. So I'm very familiar on what's going on under the hood to make these things run properly. And this one seems to have been well maintained before it took its last poop on them. But yep, this is my new project, and I'll get some more video once I start tearing into it and start performing the repairs on it. 1992 Honda Accord. Okay, we're going to go ahead and remove this, I call it a snorkel. I guess other people call it an arm. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this duct right here. It goes from the throttle body to the air box. What we have to do is undo this here, take this clamp off here. There's a clamp holding on this right here. Needs a Phillips screwdriver. And one vacuum hose right here. And once we remove all those, then we can take this air filter box off, and then we can have access to all that stuff under there that's giving us a hard time right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Okay, we went ahead and took off that snorkel. That's right there on top of the car now. It's the air duct that goes to the top of the air box. This air filter is totally nasty. Can't see no sunlight through that. So we're going to replace the air filter. Show you a better. I think you can see that hose now that's giving us a problem. It's all that grease on it. There's a couple of little pieces of leaves. That hose is right under the coil here. This is the coil. And we might have to remove that just to get to the clamp to get that hose off. That's the one that has blown. And that one actually is the heater hose that goes back to that heater control valve back there. So we definitely need to replace that. And once you get the air box off, then all this stuff is a lot easier to access. we're going to get to the tune-up on that, and that includes removing this thing with all the plug wires on it. And that's called the distributor cap, and it's sitting on top of the distributor. And then we'll go ahead and remove all those plugs and clean those plugs and replace them if necessary. And I noticed a little nut on the starter down here that's not connected. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, you can see it if you kind of know what you're looking at. There's no nut on that, so we're going to put a nut on that to make sure that thing is mounted correctly. I'm just tinkering right now. I'm getting ready. I'm just trying to make a list of stuff to get from the parts store.